A typical scenario is when customers buy your product, you would want those items to be removed, at least the count to be removed from your inventory location. And in this case, we're going to simulate how that is done. So let's start by going to the inventory locations we worked with before. So let's pick Lagos Island. And in Lagos Island, let's add some items. So let's look at the finished products. Let's look at iPhone 15. Let's say that we have an opening balance because we're just putting this for the first time. So opening balance means this is just what we have when we're creating this inventory location at 390. Purchase new stock means we are just buying a new stock. Manual stock increase just means we just want to increase or decrease these numbers and transfer out. Purchase return if somebody returns. If there is a sale that happened, you can just come here and manually log it, even though 390 will automatically give you a sale inventory type record. Okay. All right. So let's say we have about 45 pieces of iPhone 15 here in Lagos Island, and that's going to come under gadgets, the category. And let's also go to, let's pick t-shirts. So let's say we have an opening balance of, let's say 80 pieces in this location, and that would also come under products. So now if you go to the inventory value, you'd see now that the true reflection of these items based on the numbers have been reflected, multiplied by the unit price, and now it gives you a general value of your items in this inventory location. And if you go to the history, you can see how these things happened. Okay, so iPhone 15, we added 45, then t-shirts, we added 80. Okay, so now let's jump to the transactions and see how this transaction is going to affect the count of products in this location. Okay, so now let's create a new transaction. And for the customer, we have our same customer, the payment method being transfer, and money came to this account, then it was a WhatsApp sale. Okay, so let's say customer picked a t-shirt, right? And it's from the Lagos Island location. Let's say the customer bought 5 pieces for 175,000 and I add that item. Okay, you could see that there is now a Lagos Island in front of it just to show you that that's where that item will be taken from, the count will be taken from. So I can go to the other item. Remember, we are picking iPhone 15 as well. And let's say the person at this point was wanting to buy 3. Okay, and that's for 135,000. So I can add item. All right. So everything else looks good. Okay. So let me just go straight to creating this transaction for 310,000. Okay. So now this has happened. The transaction has already taken some of the items out of the inventory. And let's show you how that works. Okay. So if I go back to the inventory location and I go to Lagos Island, and now you can see that gadgets has reduced to 45 because the customer bought 3, and products have reduced, or rather t-shirts has reduced to 75. And we can also get to see this by clicking into each of these items. And if I click into that, you can see now in the bottom right, it says that there was a sales out record that was carried out by this particular customer. So by the time when that sale happened, the number of items were 45, okay, and 3 were bought, and now the new item counts are 42. And we also give you the name of the customer at that time, so that if I even click on the name of the customer, it takes me to that particular transaction where that triggered that reduction in number. Okay, so which means every single activity that you carry out from 390 is logged. Okay, so now we see that there are 42 items left because 3 were bought and that's updated. And if I go to t-shirts, okay, so in t-shirts as well, I saw that initially it was 0. We updated it to 80, there was 80, and now 5 items were sold, and now we have 75 by the same customer. And these came from that one transaction. So that also affects inventory value, that reduces the cost of your inventory value from what was there earlier to this. It reflects that. And as a business owner, CEO, operations manager, whoever that has access to view all the inventory analytics, you can just come here and see directly everything across all of the products. So this history here shows you all of the interactions across all of the products. So you can see that top to bottom, and you can filter that based on the time frame here. All right, that covers how transactions can affect your inventory value.